Tensions flared on Capitol Hill today as House Democrats and the Director of Citizenship and Immigration Services sparred over the treatment of critically ill immigrants.
The agency earlier backed off its plan to deport those patients, but as Bryan Pietsch reports from our Washington bureau, Democrats were still angry.
And I want to make sure that he understands that to many families, this is literally a life and death issue.
He is acting CIS Director Ken Cuccinelli, who told a House Oversight Subcommittee that his agency has limited resources to process individual cases of critically ill immigrants. He urged Congress to take the lead.
I would note that there is no program. That's part of the challenge here. This is about withholding action, not undertaking a formal process.
Despite the lack of a formal process, CIS can defer deportation of immigrants who are seriously ill and need treatment in this country on a case-by-case basis. One of those cases is Julia Espinosa. The 7-year-old is the U.S.-born daughter of Ecuadorian immigrants who worry they could be deported.
Julia was born with a medical condition called shortcut syndrome. When that happened, we tried to maintain ourselves with an e-visa. That as a result of many complications, we couldn't sustain the e-visa, and we ended up applying for deferred action.
If they don't get deferred, the Espinosas would face a tough choice: leave Julia behind or take her to Ecuador, where she will not get the treatment she needs.
Mr. Cuccinelli, do you believe that you treated children with cancer, cystic fibrosis, and other diseases with the dignity and courtesy of the mission of this agency when you decided in secret to end consideration of deferred action and ordered them to leave the country within 33 days or face deportation?
CIS threatened earlier this summer to end the practice of deferred deportation, but quickly backed off in the face of public outcry. Cuccinelli said his agency is just following the laws that Congress set.
But we have limited resources, and this is an undertaking by USCIS that was and is going on, that has never been assigned by Congress, that has never been part of a regulation.
Espinosa, who has degrees in finance and chemical engineering, says he could work and afford to pay for Julia's care if the U.S. would let him. Deporting him would just make his daughter a burden on U.S. taxpayers, he said.
I think if we can provide value, if we are allowed to provide value freely, we can continue to support, in this case, for instance, a U.S. citizen, and we can continue to support society. I think that we all can provide value, and if we are not allowed to do so, then we could become a charge to the public system.
In Washington, Bryan Pietsch, Cronkite News.